look so big. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. Here we are to review, what is this, episode 7 of Tyler Perry's comedy, The Oval. All right, now before I get into it, let me do my shout outs. I want to shout out the people who've been watching this comedy with me, and that is TD More Than Just Orchids, the Don Drewski, Bobby Ray, LR Turner, Curran Rowland, A. Henderson, my peoples, Gail Freeman, one of my favorites, Kerry and Kelly, and Simply Be Yourself 100. Shout outs to all of you. Simply Be Yourself is another one of my favorites. And of course, Penny, who keeps telling me, Ty, keep reviewing this. Keep reviewing this. You know what? I think this might be my last review of this show. I don't know. Y'all let me know down below. This might be my last. I don't know, because last night I had my cousin on the phone trying to have my cousin watch it with me, and my cousin curbed me. They stayed for like 10 minutes and was like, you gotta watch this by yourself. They told me that I had to watch it by myself. So anyway, let's get right into it. The First Lady, aka the First Dictator, because that's what she acts like. So does the President. We see her in the room with the Secret Service. She's trying to get a groove on with him, trying to get it on. You know, she done went down and unbuttoned the zipper, but he unzipped the zipper. But you know, homeboy is like, listen, I got a wife at home. I can't do this. I don't want to be bothered. So then we get to see, or a softer side, or so I thought, a softer side of the First Lady. We get to see a backstory. Well, she tells us a backstory. So it turns out she is the child of a light-skinned mother who had an affair with a dark man, so that's why she came out darker, and her family despised her. She was the darkie of the family, and she was mistreated. What did she say? She was a dark stain on their light canvas. So then she grew up, and she went to school, and she decided, you know, let me marry white. So she found this white boy who was worthless, but she saw the potential in him because he was white. And then her family despised her, and she, you know, they hated her for a long time. But look, she made something of herself. She married this white man who eventually becomes the president. And so now she's the prize, and now they worship her. And this is her words. They worship her, and they worship the dark one. But they still treat her like S-H-I-T, and like she's a bank, and like she's this and that. So she gives this backstory to him, and he says, well, ma'am, I'm sorry to hear that. And, you know, here she comes being evil again. Oh, you think I told you that story for you? Basically, F you. And she tells him, you know, you are here to serve me. And you say it. You're going to serve me. You're here to serve me. I was like, okay, this is getting a little weird here. So she tells him to say it. It was almost like she was getting turned on by this. Say it. You're here to serve me. He was like, I'm here to serve the people of the White House. Go to hell. I'm like, who does this lady like? Why is she so angry? We're getting a little bit of it. Oh, because you were the dark-skinned one in the family, and the family hated you. You just bitter like this? The woman is angry. We're going to need some more backstory on you, First Lady, because maybe we need to bring that light-skinned mama or that dark-skinned daddy to the White House so we can get some backstory. On this First Lady. I need to know, because she's just so angry. So anyway, as she leaves, as the Secret Service agent goes to leave, you know, we see his zippers open, and we see his shirt hanging out his zipper, and she tells him, you know, out of here, you're the servant and all that. And then she tells him before she leaves, she actually says to him, you know, and let me know when you're going to leave that bitch wife of beach. Let me know when you're going to leave that bitch wife of yours. I'm like, oh my God. What do you know about his wife? Like, stop this. Like, she's just crazy. But there's someone crazier. That creepy son of theirs. When the first lady leaves, when the first lady leaves, is the Secret Service agent named Jason. I'm gonna call him Jason. He's there, and, and the creepy son, their son, comes up from under the table, and he's like, "Oh, she's gonna get you. She always gets what she wants, and all this." Why is this little boy so creepy? Why, with all the security and Secret Service, no one sees this dude creeping and hiding around the White House? Lock this dude in his room, because he's just too creepy for no damn reason. It's just crazy. So he pretty much tells him she's going to get you, and he tells the guy, you're no, he doesn't tell him. He waits till he leaves, and he goes, "Oh, your shirt is hanging out your zipper, and all your zippers open." So now that agent goes back to the security room. That's what we're going to call this, or the control room. And he's being questioned by Kyle. And Kyle is like, "Is everything all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, the first lady and the president, they had a little argument." And he was like, "Well, is he secure?" "Well, you weren't coming from the Oval. You were coming from the residence and this, that, the third." And they get into this exchange. They don't like each other. And the young man basically tells the other Secret Service agents, Kyle, something. He takes a dig at him being gay and wanting the other one. So, yes, this guy is gay. So I guess him and the head of the Secret Service, or whoever the hell he is, had some type of relationship. So that explains, I was a little confused. So that basically explains last week what happened when he was like, "I want you, sir, I want you." So he is gay. Remember I asked you that question, was he gay? But now, I have another question for you guys, because the show confuses me a little bit. What is the guy, the black guy who got shot, what is his relationship with Kyle? And then why was Kyle going over to the woman's house, who was apparently the wife of the guy that he's in love with? What is he trying to do? He's trying to destroy her. And they had the whole scene where the guy that was shot was telling her, "Look out, someone's trying to destroy you." Help me with that. I didn't understand any of that. I didn't understand what was going on. So somebody write in the comment sections explains that to me, because I did not know what was going on with that. All right, so let me get back to, I've got my notes here. Let's go back to some things I did get into. Let's go into Sharon and Kareem. Sharon is at the pharmacy, and she's telling Kareem not to press charges against Barry because, his daughter was kidnapped, and, he's having a hard time. But Kareem was coming off rude and aggressive now, the way he was talking to Sharon. I was like, what's with these characters that these mood swings? Like, 1 minute he seemed really nice, and next, the way he was speaking to her yesterday in an episode, I should say, was awful. So I don't know. So she goes over to the home after Barry told her she can't come back there. She goes to the home, and Sharon is telling Barry's parents what happened. And she's like, "But I gotta leave." And she's like, "No, you're staying." She said, "No, I gotta leave. Barry told me to leave." Just all types of craziness. Now, here's the comedy. The president, who acts like a dumb frat boy, farm boy, I don't know what he is. He's another one that talks to the staff like he's a dictator. He's rude. This is just... So we see him demanding that they bring Denise, that's the name of his mistress, that's the girl who got beat up in the boutique by the first lady. She's telling him, "Look, I don't want nothing to do with you. Your wife threatened to kill me." And he's like, "No, you're coming over, come over." He gets the Secret Service agents. He rings that emergency number or whatever. They all come running, and he's like, "Get her. I need you to go get Denise." And he says, "What do you need, sir? Sir, what do you need?" And he says, "Tits and ass." 2 tits and an ass. I was like, This is how the president is speaking in the White House to his staff. Go get me 2 tits in the ass now. So he's sending Secret Service over to get her. Then he says, do you know that ratchet hoe? I think that's what he called his wife. That ratchet hoe went over there to see her. And then he's telling him, sir, we got a cabinet meeting. I don't care about no cabinet meeting. Go get my hoe, basically. Go get my hoe. I was like, who's writing this stuff? Is it Tyler writing this all by himself? Is there a team of writers? They need the dialogue needs to be punched up a bit. I mean, I'm laughing at all this, but yesterday I was like, okay. And another thing, is it just me? Can the staff say something other than sir, 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 ma'am, 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 ma'am? I heard sir and ma'am like 50 times last night. Can we say Mr. President? Can we say Madam First Lady? Something, ma'am, sir, ma'am. Why are they acting like servants and acting like these are dictators? Like, this is, no, come on, Mr. President. Can we say Mr. President? Please. But all this, sir, 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 ma'am, 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 sir. That was getting, I don't know about y'all, that was getting on my nerves. That was getting on my complete nerves. But here comes that good old Tyler Perry twist. Denise is at the boutique. And here comes Barry. Now we know Barry, he's been having a hard time. His daughter's missing. The cult has his daughter. The cops suspect him of killing Ruth. He had this big fight at the pharmacy. Now he's going to have charges because I believe this young man at the pharmacy is going to is pressing charges. We already know he's going to press charges. So now Barry comes into the boutique, and I'm like, what is he doing in the boutique? And he tells Denise, that's the mistress. Now y'all following on this because it was hard to follow some of this for me. He's telling her he needs to get in touch with some guy that she used to deal with because that guy and her twin sister, that's what he said, her twin sister, are in this cult together. And then so she's like, I don't deal with that, you know what? And then he's like, well, she's dead. So, so basically the mistress, see all the connections, the Tyler Perry connections, the twist. The mistress Denise is related to Ruth. Ruth is her sister. And so while Denise is sleeping with the president, Ruth was sleeping with the son of the president's butler. So those are the connections there. Yeah, that's the connection. And so he's telling her, you got to help me find my daughter. That's your niece. She said, I don't really know her. Like, she's coming off cold. And then he says, well, that cult took her. She's like, wait. She's with the cult. Oh no, you got to leave this alone. You're going to tell somebody they got to leave this alone. Their child is missing and you're going to tell, oh, you got to leave that alone. They'll come after you. They have his son. What are you talking about? They have his son. This show gave I was like, what? What? Yet I'm still watching though. Still watching. So I was like, okay. So now here comes Secret Service. She tells Barry to hide. Secret Service is telling Denise, you need to come with us. She says no. He put on his gloves and he's like, I'm going to have to take you by force because, so what, the president is a dictator now. He's just, you're going to come, eat one way or another. You're going to come. That's basically what it is. So he putting on his glove. I'm like, what are you going, about to strangle her, beat her up, and drag her out? So she says, fine. And apparently he has a key to the boutique because he came in anyway. So he takes Denise, and we see Barry sitting there. And I'm like, okay. Now let's move on to the lovely Gail, who is the daughter of the president. She's hanging out with Picky, the drug dealer. She's in bed with him at the red light special. You know, their room had this red light or whatever going on. I guess that's a symbol for, you know, drug den, the ghetto, romance. I don't know. I don't understand what they were doing in this red room. But okay. Her brother calls her and she's like, am I missing? And does anybody miss me? He says no. So then he asked her for a favor. She gets rude with him, calls him stupid. which pisses him off. Now, here's my thing. He just did you a favor, help you slip out so you can see Picky, your drug dealing boyfriend. Yes, his name is Picky. And this is how you treat him? And yeah, that didn't make sense to me. That did, but here I am trying to make sense of all this. That didn't make sense to me. Then on top of that, because of that, the first son, because I don't know his name, old creepy first son, he decides he's going to tell the mother. When she goes by, he tells the first lady, oh yeah, she's missing. But they had this weird exchange where she tells her own son, she goes, what are you two bastards up to? What kind of mother is this? This first lady is a monster. She don't like her children. She don't like her husband. She don't like the staff. What are you two bastards up to? That's what she tells her son. And then they going back and forth, and he's being a jerk. Then he finally tells her, oh, yeah, she snuck out in a maid's car. Then she storms into the security room, and she's like, and they're like, ma'am, here we go with this ma'am stuff. Ma'am, 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 ma'am. That's all I heard in the dialogue. Ma'am, 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 ma'am. Ma'am, 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 ma'am. This episode should have been titled Sir and Ma'am, because they said that too many times. So she goes in there and she goes ballistic, calls them all incompetent and stupid, and they all need to be fired. I want you to search the grounds now, and you find my daughter. But you hate the girl anyway, so why do you hate her anyway? Let her go be with Picky. You hate her. You hate her, so let her go be with Picky. Now, meanwhile, going back to Gail and Picky. Why did they name him Picky? I don't understand. But go back to Gail and Picky, and they're in there, and he's like, when are you leaving? Because you might bring this heat on me, because, he's a big-time drug dealer. And she is the president's daughter. He can't have that kind of heat around him. So she's like, I'm staying with you, and I hate that place, and just crazy. So as she's like, make love to me, as they're about to go do round 2, in walks Barry. And she's looking all like, wow. Because remember, see, Barry's connected with everybody. Because Barry is Picky's cousin. And remember, Gail accused Barry of trying to rape her. So now here she is in the face of the guy she accused while she's in bed with his cousin. And the show ends right there. That's where it ends. And yeah. I don't know. I don't know, guys. That was it was a lot going on, and I don't know. Let me know if y'all want me to continue to keep reviewing this. Yeah. That was that episode. I don't know what to say. I laughed. Wait, there's some things I wrote down. There was something that was said. Oh, I know there was something that did make me laugh. When the first lady said to her son, "You're trying me." And he said, no, I see how you work with a taser. That cracked me up. Some of the lines cracked me up because I was like, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. Listen, they out there in TV land getting them checks. I'm out here with YouTube, doing what I do, and I work in a 9 to 5. So I can't hate. Tyler Perry got a whole studio, and he's employing people. But, sir, I'm going to need you to get this dialogue together. I'm going to need you to get this dialogue together. I'm going to need you to punch up these scripts and do a little bit more character development, because these characters, I just don't know. They just so one-dimensional. But that's it. That was tonight's episode. We got to see what's going to happen next week. Is it going to kick off? I'm hoping it gets funnier again. Get back to the funny. This was just okay. I need to laugh. I was a little bored with this one. I want to laugh. But you know what? Let me know if I should continue reviewing these or not. Please let me know. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it as much. It seems like my favorite episode still is the taser episode. That was my joint right there. That was my. I did like her running into the wall last week. That was funny too. But I didn't. There was no. If it's gonna be over the top, be over the top. It didn't have enough antics in tonight's episode. That was my problem. There was not enough foolish. I mean, it was crazy, but I needed something silly over the top to happen, and it didn't happen. But that's my review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you all for hanging in there and watching this. And again, if you think I should keep reviewing it, let me know down in the comments. That's it for now. Be blessed.